Hey guys, Ed over here at FICMRepair. Repair. So, RC Wildman, great question. Hopefully you order those 20530s from us, you know what I'm saying? They're just, are we all in this together? I hope we're all in this together. I don't know if you order from us or not, but whatever, I still want to help you. But to be clear, we do sell injectors, but we sell everything. So, we don't have a dog in the hunt. And we rep for everybody, so whatever. To answer your question, rather than leave it to some ephemeral idea that your best friend's buddy's cousin's nephew had, install those injectors, man. And depending on the tuning that you've got, for all I know, 20530s are my favorite injector by far. And the reason why is you can dummy them down to work like 155s and 15530s if that's what you want to do. It's just it's an injector pulse width conversation. So the number one thing that people say about their injector choices, man, I wish I'd gone larger. And then it's like, well, yeah, the only way to do that now is because you bought 155-30s. I'm so sorry. Let me sell you some bigger ones. Let me see, you can send those back in and get them resized. What I'd rather do is just go ahead and change your software, and now all of a sudden you can grow with. So when you've got the cash for the better fuel system and the regular return and the stage 2 turbo and all the other goodies to support that kind of power, and the transmission upgrades are done and all this kind of stuff, then all of a sudden now you can go ahead and modify those injectors in software on the ECM to go ahead and support the rest of the truck. So I'm going to tell you that the answer to your question here is it depends. So if you've got a situation where you're pushing, if you get the 20530s and you dummy them down to work like 15530s in software, is your stock HPOP going to be fine? Yes. Is it going to be fine if you dummy them down to 175, equivalent? Yes. Will you start having problems when you actually push them to their limits? Probably, but what that's going to result in is it's going to result in taking a look at your IPR duty cycle, and you're going to see, hey, look, under mild acceleration, I'm at 85% IPR duty cycle, which is my HPOPs. I'm giving it all I can, Scotty, and it's still just not enough for me. And then you're like, okay, fine, but you're not going to hurt anything during that quest for reality. All that's going to happen is you're going to leave some power on the table, and so I would tell you, put the 20530s in, and then assess everything else, because you shouldn't just put those injectors in thinking you're going to maximize them without having the rest of the supporting mods on the truck anyway. Now, maybe you've already got the fuel system, maybe you've got the regular return, maybe you've already got the built training, maybe you've already got the stage 2 turbo and cold air intake and everything else necessary to support, intercooler necessary to support the what those injectors can dish out. And if you do, great, and you're going to get custom tuning, again, hopefully through us, just saying, that goes ahead and pushes those injectors to their absolute limits. But great, so go ahead and do all that, and then let's see what your IPR duty cycle is, just, when you punch it. And it might be that you're like, oh yeah, man, I'm constantly pushing them again at 85%. In which case, yeah, you can get a Thumper 1, which is good to, 225 100s, or you can get a Thumper 2. And there's plenty of people who have gotten a larger, or maybe you got an older model of your truck. You didn't say what your truck is, and you're going to get like an Atlas 2 or something like that, H-pop or an adrenaline pump or something. But I would say before you just ephemerally drop $1,000 on some concern that somebody had, look at your numbers and use that as a basis for reality instead of just spending cash. If you're just not convinced and you desperately want us to take money from you, I suppose I'll sell you an HPOP, but I'd rather sell you something that you need, not because of some fear. So I hope this helps. And by the way, if you're constantly pushing by 85%, that bugs you, just tone it down a little bit in your tuning, and then you can delay that spend for another day. So maybe post Christmas, just saying. So FICMRepair.com, we're all in this together. I hope this made sense. Got questions? Put them in the comments. Thanks.